Great morning.
Great morning.
Great morning.
Great morning.
And welcome back to another episode of Great Morning. I'm your host, Christian Murms, Murmdog, whatever the fuck you want to call me. And to the bottom of my computer screen, we have my sister from the East, that Puerto Rican mamacita from Spanish Harlem, Stephanie 2.0. How you doing, sir?
James, motherfucking James. I'm not that happy,
I
but
know.
yeah, I
You
had to
want to tell
put
the
my
listeners? Oh, yeah, sorry. Here you go. Sorry.
I'm gonna let them know. I had to put my puppy down, even though he wasn't a puppy. He was 10 years old, but that was my baby. I had him since he was 2 weeks old. I bottle fed him. I trained him. I mean, he was just an amazing fucking dog. I mean, everybody like has like this, like there's this stigma and like this whole like stereotyping with pit bulls, but like anybody, fucking chihuahuas are just fucking aggressive, like they're just naturally fucking aggressive. But like pit bulls, if you train them to be aggressive and to just be malicious animals. I mean, any animal can be taught to be malicious, just like a human being can be taught to be malicious. And but Lucchese was an amazing dog, like such an amazing fucking dog. Like that was my first dog as an adult. That was me and baby daddy's first dog together. We um we actually so I bought him in like the weirdest fucking way. I found a Samsung Galaxy phone, and I was selling it on Facebook. And this girl, she had puppies, and it just so happens like I knew her cousin. So I was like, "Oh, hey, can I have like one of your puppies?" And she was like, "All right, well, I want that phone." So I was like, "All right." So she wanted a phone and an ounce of weed, and that's exactly what we gave her. And we bought Yep, and we bought Lucchese, and he was the runt of the litter. He was the only boy, the cutest boy, because we were supposed to have the girl. But we saw him and we fell in love with him, and he was just the best dog ever, and I'm gonna fucking love him and miss him so fucking much.
Well, I'm
So
so sorry that happened. Like I said before, when you told us that, it's like losing a family member when you
it
lose a pet.
is.
I'm very sorry for you. It's hard. That's the problem though. As human beings, we keep getting dogs or even cats, and we
Yep.
know it's this weird sign up we get. We know we're gonna love a thing for maybe,
Mhm.
8 to, 15
And
years. That's usually the limit. And it's like we know the minute we get it, it's like, wow, I love this thing so much. And in 10 years, I'm gonna be so fucking sad. It's so weird. And we keep
yeah,
doing it. And yeah, it never gets easier.
it's beautiful torture. It's beautiful torture.
It's
That's
beautiful
what it is.
torture. So my heart goes out to you. I've had pets as well, and I'm sure many of the listeners out there most people have had pets at some point in their life and have dealt with this. So their heart goes out to you as well. So yes, we're very sorry. We hope you have a better day after this. Thank you for coming on. That would, if you told me that would have been a reason not to come on the episode. I understand, but I'm glad you still took the time. And I hope we can cheer you up in this episode, Stephanie.
Yes, thank you.
Course. But we're gonna go ahead and move on and introduce someone else we have with us today.
Or-
To the top left of my computer screen, we have our in-studio comedian, Topazkin Shubsway Chuck. How you doing today, my friend?
Yo, what's good, everybody? Happy week, man. Not bad at all. I'm like officially launching as a DJ.
Yeah, you were telling me that too before.
Yeah. I was I was doing some volunteer, gigs before, you know what I mean, and having a good time. But now, man, I think I'm doing this elementary school party type thing, and they they insisted on paying me, and then they made me send an invoice.
Oh
Now,
wow.
yeah, so now I'm on somebody's books. I'm like, damn it! Now I got to pay taxes on this shit.
So
I said I might as well.
you're officially a
Yeah,
DJ. That means
yeah, I'm officially launching as a DJ. This is
it's like
happening.
like Stephen King said, although he was referring to writers, but it works with any job. The minute you get paid for something that you're doing, whether it's writing, DJing, singing, whatever, the minute you get paid for it, you are officially that thing. So you are officially a DJ.
I need a fucking name. I always mess around like when I volunteer, I'm a different DJ name, you know? But
I
think
dare you
need
to go to that Christian school and say your name is DJ Trave Rep.
No shit. Say I won't.
I dare you. I dare you to pull that.
Will. And I'm posting it on IG.
Oh my God.
Trave Rep in here in the building. How do you spell? Somebody's got to catch it.
Somebody's gotta. Oh, it looks like Stephanie dropped out. Maybe her internet cut out, but she's gone in a flash, just like that. Can you hear me though?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, cool. I had a question, and I had a question, it was hopefully for both of you, but if Stephanie can't get back here in time, that's fine. This is going to sound weird, but let me just
put it together.
Let me just start out. So what would be a reason you'd be willing to set your alarm in the morning for 4:30 in the morning? Like what are some reasons that come to your head? Like what is a reason like you had to wake up at 4:30 in the morning?
Oh, like had to? I mean,
yeah, like you had to.
I legitimately do set my alarm for that early. But the only reason why is because I want to get up to work out so bad. I want to be inspired to do it. So I just set an alarm for that time. And I snooze it. I cut that shit off. But one day I'm going to be that person. So I continue to keep that alarm going.
Okay.
And you know what? I haven't given up on it. And it's been, I don't know, years.
Okay.
I know it probably drives my other self, my tired self, insane, my adult self, crazy. Like, what the fuck are you setting a 4:30 alarm for if you're never getting up at 4:30? Never have I ever. I mean, yes, I have. There have been times when I was motivated.
Mm-hmm.
But there have been times I've been motivated and woke up at 4:30 and cussed myself out. Like, get your fat ass up. Get your ugly ass up. You're going to be fat forever because you ain't waking up. And I'd be like, I don't care. And I'd roll over anyway and wait for that goddamn 6:30 alarm. It's the dumbest thing. It's the dumbest thing. But yeah, that is the risk. Other than that, it's got to be work. Like, for me to actually
work.
Yeah.
Work. Okay.
But I am totally a morning person, though.
Yeah. No. I mean, I'm a morning person as well. But like a morning to me is maybe waking up 7, maybe even 8 on certain days, that's like a good morning, great morning, I should say, for me. But 4:30 in the morning is, that's technically the morning, obviously, but it's still fucking dark out. It's still almost nighttime at that time. So the reason I'm asking, and you said some things that make sense, like, okay, you want to get motivated to work out. But again, that's like something people do either as like, a stress reliever or like they try to get to motivate themselves, or it's still sometimes working out. It still feels like a chore. And then also to add on, you also said work, which again is like, yeah, that's the reason I got to wake up at 4:30 in the morning is because, I got to get to work early today or whatever, or maybe your job demands that you're up that early all the time. So that's the reason I asked. Now, let me put it to you like this. Say there was a day, say it was like, I don't know, Saturday, Sunday, one of your off days or whatever. And you didn't have to get up at 4:30 in the morning for work. And say you did well the whole week and you worked out 6 days a week and today is your rest day. So you don't have to wake up at 4:30 to work out either. What would be a reason if I told you you got to get up at 4:30 in the morning? Can you think of any reason that you would actually do it?
Yeah, I mean, I would get up if
for what?
If I go to bed early enough. I have to go to bed early. I don't need a lot of sleep. So if I go to bed at like 9, 4:30 ain't so bad no more. But I don't go to bed at 9. I go to bed at 10:30, and then when I'm in bed at 10:30, I'm fucking debating my life. I'm really like figuring out if I accomplished anything. Am I productive? Am I being a good human? That goes through my mind for about a good hour.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, like what am I doing with my life? This whole stupid stuff that I think all adults probably go through at some point. Because I'd be like, man, me and some rich person that I figure out that I see the same age, and I'd be like, what the fuck did I do different?
I hear that.
Oh, Stephanie's back. Stephanie, okay, I'm going to ask you the same question I just asked Chuck, and this is going. Don't worry, this is going somewhere. I want you to think and like, be serious with it. What is a reason that you can think of as we're all adults here, as an adult for you, that you would have to wake up, you would have to set your alarm for 4:30 in the morning? What are some reasons you can think of that you would have to get up that early?
What are some of the reasons?
Yeah. So like say there was some reason that tomorrow you had to wake up at 4:30 in the morning. What would one or some of those reasons be for waking up that early?
Well, for starters, I have to prepare everything for Landon. I have to figure out what he's going to eat for breakfast. I have to figure out his lunch.
So mom duties.
Yeah, mom duties
Okay.
definitely takes up a good portion of my mornings, actually.
Okay. So mom duties, anything else you can think of? That's a good one.
I definitely have to, well, I had to make sure that I walked Lucchese and make sure that he was okay. And obviously house duties,
House
soon
duties.
as, yeah. So like while Landon is sleeping, like between like the hours, like let's say from like 4:30 to like 7, not only am I like doing mom things, but I'm also cleaning up in between as well. So it's just like a good mixture of, like house, mommy duties, and then taking care of the dogs, and then making sure that I get out on time to drop Landon off by like 8:35.
Yeah.
This is a
So
4:30 thing, and I'm so proud of you for thinking about everybody else at 4:30 in the morning.
yes, those
Because
are
if I
great
wake
reasons.
up that early, I'm not thinking about nobody else. Fuck these kids at 4:30. unless they're awake. If they're not awake, it's me time. I'm having coffee. I'm beating my dick. I'm working out. Something.
Yeah. So Stephanie, yeah, those are great reasons. I accept those reasons. I respect those reasons. Chuck also gave, like he just said, like he would do it if, like, say he had to work out or like his job demanded, like he had to be up that early to get to work or something. So things along that, right? You guys are thinking like in adult ways like that. Let me put it to you then like this, like I just did with Chuck as well, Stephanie. So say like again, I'm sorry, like your dog passed away. So let's say there's no pet involved right now. And let's say like Landon was, I don't know, like staying with, one of your relatives. So he wasn't at the house this specific day. You didn't have work. There was nothing out there demanding that you needed to get up tomorrow at 4:30 in the morning. Would you, or can you think of a reason that you would still wake up at 4:30 in the morning when you had the opportunity to sleep in past 4:30 in the morning tomorrow?
Oh yeah.
Like what?
My pills didn't work. And I'm just up because I have ADHD, and then my brain doesn't shut up. So I'm
Okay.
like,
All right. Well,
no.
let's say, let's also add that into, say your pills did work and you did, like the ADHD wasn't kicking in. Would there be
So
any?
my pills, I think it depends on how tired I am, because because my body is so used to the routine, I will naturally get up. But if I'm really tired, 9 times out of 10, like I won't get up and I will probably sleep in
Okay.
as much as I can.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's fine. Exactly. That's how I feel as well. You would normally, if you didn't have to get up at 4:30 in the morning because of any medication or your family stuff or whatever, I would sleep in. So the reason I'm asking you this is because yesterday I was talking to everybody's friend, Ashley. And she, like we've discussed before, she's in Germany right now. So she's 6 hours ahead of us. So she texted me, it was like 10:30 at night or something like that. It was a little late. I was about to go to bed yesterday. She texted me and she's like, hey, like, what are you doing? And I was like, oh, no, I'm just about to go to bed or whatever. And she's like, oh, that's cool. It's like 4:30 in the morning by me. And I'm like, oh, okay. And she's like, yeah, me and my roommate are driving to some German town. And I was like, oh, okay. Why are you guys driving there? And she said, well, my roommate has a hair appointment, an
Oh,
appointment for her hair at 5 o'clock in the morning.
hmm.
To which
Okay.
I said to Ashley, I was like, well, why? And she was kind of like, I don't know. She wanted to get her hair done. I was like, yeah, but like, why so early? And she's like, I don't know. And I was like, you didn't ask? And she's like, no, I didn't ask.
Oh,
And I started to get into the mood like, what the fuck is wrong with you and your roommate? Because if
That's
you
a
had to
legit
choose, yeah, if you had to choose, because she started to get like, why are you asking all these questions? Like, what's the big deal? I'm like, the big deal is who in their right fucking mind, if you had any time to set up a hair appointment or whatever fucking appointment it was, doctors or whatever, and you had a choice to set it up at any time, who the fuck
why
would pick
5 in the morning?
5 in the morning? Thank you. And she was kind of talking to me like I'm weird. And like, she's like, well, I didn't ask. And I'm like, what? You wouldn't ask that? If my roommate said to me, hey, Christian, I don't have a roommate, by the way, but if I did, hey, Christian, hey, bro, I'm getting a haircut tomorrow. I'd be like, all right, cool. Yeah, it's going to be, it's at 5 in the morning. You want to come? I'd be like, okay, well, first of all, why the fuck are you getting a haircut at 5 o'clock in the morning? I mean, what's wrong with 8 in the morning? What's wrong with 9 in the morning? And shit, I mean, even if like you got to get it earlier than that, what's wrong with like 7:30 in the morning? Why 5 o'clock in the fucking morning? You got to wake up at 4:30 in the morning just to get up and get a haircut. And also, no, I do not want to go. I would like to sleep in instead of getting up and going with you to your hair appointment. That's insane. So I don't know who was
Mhm.
crazier, the roommate or Ashley, because Ashley was offered. She didn't have to go. It wasn't like it was some. It wasn't like it was her car or whatever. She didn't have to go. Someone came up to her and said, "Would you like to come with me while I get my hair done at 5 o'clock in the morning?" I don't know. She kind of talked
to
to me like
do
I was
what?
to get their hair done, and not even
I
Ashley
know,
wasn't even getting her hair done. She was just
I
going with
know,
the
but
fucking girl.
why the fuck you inviting me? I'd be mad. What you want
I'd
me
be
to do
fucking
Right.
pissed.
No, I like first of all, like who doesn't ask, all right, so what time are we going? Like what time is your hair appointment? Because I don't know if I got something to do, you know? So it's like I
The
have to know
fuck you
what.
got to do at 5 o'clock in the morning?
Well,
5
bitch,
o'clock in the
you
morning.
what? You talk about 5 in the morning. You can go by your damn self. The fuck?
Yeah, thank you.
Like
Okay,
you
good.
ain't no damn celebrity. You're not a fucking weather woman. Like what? Like you don't work for fucking radio. So why are you waking up so goddamn early to get your hair done, ma'am?
Oh
Wrap
my
it up.
god. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. So like it's weird because I'm glad you guys are thinking the way I'm thinking, at least, because like Ashley was like, I didn't ask her why she did it. Like, well, I don't ask anyone that. If it was if Stephanie or Chuck or what you either of you asked me, like, hey, Murms, you want to come with me to get my I gotta get my haircut? Like, oh sure, I don't mind chilling. Like, what time are you thinking? Well, my appointment's at
Yeah.
5 in the morning. No, I'm
No.
not going with you at 5 in the morning. Go fuck yourself. Are you kidding me? 5 in the morning, you
Yeah.
asked me to hang out. The hell
You
is
better
wrong
give
with
me a
you?
damn good reason.
That's what I'm
5 in the morning.
saying. That's why I asked what would be a reason you would get up at 4:30 in the morning. And you all
There is no reason.
the two of you gave good reasons. It wouldn't be to get a fucking hair appointment. It would be like, oh, I got to get ready for my son, or I got to walk the dog, or I got to get up for work, or
That's
these
shit you
like
gotta do.
the shit you got to do. But if you had the opportunity to sleep in, because it was her day off, it's not like Ashley was just like, I'm going to get up.
Oh nah, you bugging.
Yeah. So
Big time.
and she tried to make it. She tried to. I'm going to say it. She tried to gaslight me. She tried to gaslight me into thinking like I'm the weird one for being like, why wouldn't you ask questions? Why wouldn't you say no? I don't know. It was
You know what's
nonsense.
strange is that women invented this gaslighting word, and they're the best fucking gaslighters.
Yes, that is true.
They
I
they should
agree
have
with
kept
that.
that secret to their motherfucking selves.
Yeah, because now we know what it is. We know exactly what it means. And I don't know. It was just driving me nuts. And like I called her an alien. I said I was calling NASA, and that's how the fucking conversation ended. Because I've been saying that to Ashley for a long time now. I don't believe she is a human being the way she goes about doing things.
You guys are gonna have some alien babies, man. It's
She
gonna be great.
she's like, oh yeah, like, I know that's what human beings do, Christian. They wake up at 4:30 in the morning to get a haircut. And it's like, no, they don't fucking do that.
She's
Why would they ever
she's motivating. She's motivating me. maybe I should really do. I really should probably just wake up that early and be more productive with myself.
Also, what kind of a hair place is open at 5 a.m.? Like who the fuck is getting up that early to get a fucking haircut? Or, again, for ladies, it's different. Like they get their hair done. I know.
But like I said, like I would understand if you like if you worked in a specific industry where like you had to get ready and like like because you have to like present yourself like to be on TV on like for a fucking radio show or whatever the fuck, like I would understand. But for some like regular like I just gotta get I just gotta get my hair done. No.
Yeah, and now I'm like, it's weird because like I was gonna go visit Ashley at the end of the year after the semester, after like around the holiday time for like a couple weeks. I was gonna go stay with Ashley out there in Germany and see a little bit of Europe, and I'm totally having second thoughts about it because like I stopped talking to her last night after that, but like I wanted to, next time she calls me I'm gonna be like, listen, if you and your roommate, while I'm staying there, wake up on a fucking Saturday at 4:30 in the morning, not because of work and not because like you got to fucking, you have an opportunity, like you have to be somewhere, a demand to be somewhere. You wake up at 4:30 in the morning and you ask me like, hey, Christian, you want to come with us while we get like, no, motherfucker, no, absolutely not. Are you fucking kidding me? It's 4:30 in the morning. Go back to sleep. Jesus, get your hair done at 8 o'clock in the morning or
That's
later.
a regular human being.
The fuck is wrong with you? Jesus Christ.
Maybe they're getting micro twists, super somethings. You know what I mean? That's going to take like 10 hours to do. So you got to wake up early for this.
Then no. You know what? You want to do that? Do it at 8 o'clock in the morning, and then that's your day. All right. And then if you want to go out late at night, that's fine. But either that's your fucking day, is getting your fucking hair done. Don't fucking 4:30 in the morning. Who the fuck on a Saturday, if you have the opportunity to sleep in, would get up at fucking 4:30 in the morning? That's insane.
And on my day off. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. No.
Fuck
like
that.
Like it's not even like we're going on a fucking road trip. It's to get your fucking hair done.
That's another reason I was thinking.
No. But here's the next question. What the fuck are you doing while she's getting her hair done?
Nothing. You're gonna sit there and watch her. Like, oh my god.
You're having talks. You're having girl talks.
Like the fuck? Are you gonna put her on TikTok? Are you gonna go on Instagram Live? Like, are you gonna be like? I want to know what you're gonna be doing, Ashley.
Oh my god.
You're
catching up on seat in the car or on the chair? You crazy?
Girl talk. Girl talk.
You can have girl talk any time of the day, Chuck. You don't need to do it at 5 o'clock in the morning.
They're gonna be girl talking on the ride over there. Like, what is there to talk about by the time you get there? Crazy.
It was fucking insane. I could not believe that when I heard that. And then I said, like, talking to her, and she was just like, oh my god, she said some funny things. She was like, let me read it. I'm gonna read part of this. She said, so she's like, my roommate is getting her hair done, and then we are going to the commissary. Christian, at 4:30 in the morning? The fuck?
Commissary.
Ashley. There's a commissary. They're by the military base in Germany.
Is she military?
Ashley's ex-military. I shouldn't say ex-military, like she got kicked out, but she was in the army for 3 years. Yeah. So, okay, Ashley. LOL. Yeah, her appointment is at 5. Christian. But like, why? Why so early? LOL. Ashley, IDK, that's when she made it. Christian, but why? Ashley, LOL, I hate when you do things like this. I don't fucking know, retard. That's what she said to me. I was like, what the fuck?
I'm not the one that's outside right now at 4:30 in the morning.
And I said, you wouldn't ask? What kind of a maniac gets their hair done at 5 in the morning? Oh my god. Hey. So this is the shit I got to deal with sometimes. So anyway, I wanted to have some clarity on that. I wanted to talk to some normal human beings here, which are you two, and to see if
Thank
you would
for
ever
calling me normal.
Yeah, well, normal compared to, well, like I said, Ashley's, an alien. She's not from, I'm pretty sure she's not even from this galaxy. So, and I guess her roommate isn't either, like, because that's quite insane. So, they try to play it off like this is a normal human behavior, and it's like, no, it's not.
No.
No, it's not. You fucking crazy bitches.
Weirdo.
So yeah, I'm a little I'm not too fond of the idea of being woken up that early while I'm out there visiting. But yeah, that's what's been going on in my life is talk to them about that shit. Another thing I wanted to discuss is can you guys believe it that this is the last episode? No, sorry, let me rephrase that. September's already done. This is the first episode of October, actually, when this episode will drop. And October is usually, sometimes we go a little into November, but that's just because of how episodes drop. But we usually do all the rest of our recording here in October, and then we prepare for the season finale. So we're almost, can you believe it? We're already almost done with season 5 of Great Morning. We got like 3 more episodes this month, 2 of those being like regular episodes, and one, of course, being the Halloween Spectacular, which I'm really excited for because a lot of the guests we reached out to have agreed to come on. So I'm excited to see them there. And play some games, do the big Halloween special we always do, 5 years strong. But like, how do you guys feel now that we're literally in the end game of season 5? How does it feel for you guys?
I think it went by fast.
It did this season.
We should just record every Saturday for all year.
Hey man, we need a break. Jeez, we come back in February. It's not like we're gone forever. We record. That's a crazy amount. You got to think of like some TV shows and stuff. They have like a season, like a new season that's only out for like 2.5 months or something.
Yeah.
Right. So like we come on every Saturday unless like a special was recorded and then we have off. And we do that for, let's think, February to October. So that's damn near 9 months, almost 10 months out of the year.
That's a pregnancy bid.
Yeah. We record for a fucking long motherfucking time. And it's fun. I don't want to make it sound like, it's like, oh, this is terrible. But, we deserve some time off. We try to get off before, Thanksgiving and the big holidays, December, and then January is kind of like a rest period. Everyone's coming back into it. And then February, we come back, and it's not like we're not doing anything during that time. During that time off, we prepare, we make guest lists, we prepare for, we do all this stuff for the following season, the upcoming season. So it's not like we're completely off. But it's so to the listeners out there, we're almost done here. And it's always well, Chuck, give yourself a couple more years. I've been doing it for 5 years and Stephanie's been doing it now for almost 3 years. The stuff, not that, like I said, not that you like it when it's over, but it's a little relieving to have some time off and prepare for the next season. That way it's not so stressful. Chuck's new to the podcast game here like this. So, this is his first full season.
Podcast tier.
The podcast tier here. So it's,
I guess you're right.
And
it's
like
just become part of my life.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, of course.
It sure does.
Every Saturday, I just immediately, I'm always, talking about waking up at 4:30 in the morning. I don't wake up that early, but I don't even have to set my alarm anymore on Saturdays because first of all, I won't sleep in this late because I record, Stephanie and I are in the East Coast. So we record around noon here on the East Coast. I know it's a little earlier by you, Chuck, but like I'm like automatically awake by 8 a.m. and I do everything in the morning before we set up. And then like, it's just, I get into the flow of things immediately. So it's a really weird thing. And it's a weird thing knowing that it's gonna end though. So I wanted to talk about that since the Halloween special is our last special. If you don't count the season finale, they don't come out as specials, but like they are in their own right a special episode because we do the top 10 list. But I wanted to ask, for the Halloween special, what are some things you guys are hoping to see on the Halloween special? Because I've gotten some requests for it, and I set up a lot of things before we do it, and I'm not going to say exactly what we're doing. That way, it's still a surprise for the listeners. But what are some things you guys hope to see or do on the Halloween special this year?
I'm definitely gonna dress up again.
Oh yeah. So wait, do me a favor. That's a good point. Thank you for bringing that up.
Too.
Can you?
I'm definitely gonna do it.
Dressing up is perfectly fine. It is Halloween, but I want to know, Stephanie, last time you recorded, you were dressed up as like a zombie or something. But you were also so fucked up. I don't know what you were on that day. You were drinking or smoking the same day. You were crossfaded or something. But the next episode we recorded after that, I remember you said, I don't remember recording the Halloween special. You didn't even know you were on it. That's how fucked up you were. And it's like a 2-hour long episode.
I don't remember that shit at all.
Yeah, so you don't remember that shit at all. So like I'm sitting here wondering, you better dress up, but please do not be that fucked up again.
I don't remember being fucked up for that.
You said like the day you're like, I don't even fucking remember that shit.
I was probably possessed.
Yeah, and it's funny going back because like it'd be like we'd ask you a question on that episode and you'd be like, you'd be silent for a second, you'd come in, you'd be like, can you say that again? Like you just were completely out of it. It was like, oh yeah,
oh,
sure. We'll say it again.
I was in character.
No, you said that the following
Oh,
episode. You were
was
like,
that your character?
yeah, you were.
Yeah,
you said,
I was in character.
You said the following episode though that I don't even. You said verbatim. I'm pretty sure if we go back and listen to whatever episode came out after that, you were like, guys, I was so fucked up. I don't even remember recording that shit.
I really don't remember.
Damn, I think I'm gonna go watch that.
Yeah, now I'm
gonna listen to
it.
Weren't you on? Were you not on last year's, Chuck?
Honestly, I don't remember either.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ! Now I gotta fucking look.
Where the fuck was I?
Oh my God! Here we
I
go.
had to have been on. I was here. I was here at this house at this location. Why the fuck? What excuse would I have?
I don't know. But now I gotta fucking. All right, here we go. Let me look at it. So we had me, of course, Stephanie, Jimmy, Trip God Jimmy. Yeah, Chuck, you were there. You were there. It says so on the thing. And of course, the ghost of Thomas Jefferson was there. Yes, you were at the last Halloween special, Chuck. Can you believe that?
Yeah, I thought so, man. I mean, 'cause I don't have a reason to not.
All right, cool. All right, so Chuck, Stephanie gave me one, but what's another thing you would like to see for the Halloween special?
Oh, definitely. My favorite thing to ever do is just improv and role play.
We don't, but that's the thing with the Halloween special. We don't usually improv on that one.
Well,
We might
maybe
do-
we should.
We do sometimes we'll do a segment of improv, but the whole thing, it's not like the back to school special where we always tend to do improv. It's not like that where the whole thing is improv. Usually I start out by calling you guys spooky, Halloweenish names. Like, Stephanie's usually the Empress of Facts. I think Chuck, I called you Chucky last time. Jimmy is the tyrannical despot. Trip God Jimmy is, of course, Trip Devil Jimmy. When O'Shea's been on in the past, he's O'Shea I Violence, not IV. Little names like that. But what's interesting
maybe we should play a version of Clue.
We do. Wait, that's what I was about to bring up. We kind of do. You don't remember that game we played?
Yep.
Stephanie remembers that.
Now I do.
We do the murder mystery game. And what's great about this episode is it sounds like we're going to have a lot of people on it. So we'll be able to do it more. And that was what, from the listener feedback, that was their favorite part of last year's Halloween special. So we're probably going to play a few rounds of that because, like I said, it was it's going to be backed by popular demand, the murder mystery game, where I give hints, the great morning hints every time someone's murdered, and you guys have to vote someone out. And if you vote the wrong person, the murderer strikes again and kills that person. And it goes on like that. And we're going to play that for quite a few rounds, probably, because last time I think we only did 2 and the listeners wanted more of that. So we're definitely going to do that again. So yeah, we do kind of, it's in a way, it's kind of like Clue. Except for more people die. So, we have that. More people are dead. And the good thing is I can actually just host the game this time because last time we didn't have as many people, so I had to be like part of the game as well. But yeah, I'm gonna edit some of the rules this time when we play it on the Halloween special. One of the rules I'm gonna do is you cannot vote yourself. Because some people were so stumped, they're like, I don't know, I'm just gonna vote myself. I'm like, no, motherfucker, you can't do that. So I'm definitely going to make that a rule this time. No one's allowed to vote themselves. You cannot commit suicide. It is not Suicide House. This is not Comedy Bang Bang. So you cannot.
Whatever.
Can't do that. I'm sorry. All right.
That would be funny.
That would be funny. Another thing we got coming up, of course, after that is one of, usually everyone's favorite episode of the year is the season finale. We got the season finale. So what usually happens, because I feel like we've discussed this a little bit in the past, but I want to let the listeners know exactly what happens is usually after the Halloween special, we might have like one more after the Halloween special, but usually not. After that, we stop recording, usually probably for a couple of weeks, because there's some things we got to do for the season finale. And the main thing we got to do is the thing we've been telling you all every regular episode when anyone has to do the word of the day. And that is, of course, we have to rate the sentences. This time it's going to be a little different because we also have Chuck with us. Also, interesting fact, because I don't know exactly when Jimmy is supposed to come back. So, like, I don't know if Jimmy is going to be able to vote for the word of the day sentences. So it's definitely a good thing that you're here, Chuck. But either way, if he is here for it, we're going to have four voters for it. So, there's going to be a top 10
I'm kind of
list.
excited to not vote for anybody because they all had easy words.
That's not how it works. You can be harsh with your votes. You can be harsh with your votes, but I mean, you got to vote. That's part of it. And
can I write myself in?
No, you cannot. You did not do well. We technically did a word of the day, both of us, but we did that just for the what was it, the 4-year anniversary special. And that was just between you and I. And you already beat me. You beat me on that one.
Sounds like the shit counts. I'm getting in.
Oh, you beat me on that one. You and I don't count. You, me, Stephanie, and Jimmy, we cannot count. That's not fair. That would be so fucked up. We have all these guests come on and we're like, oh, and guess who won first place? Oh, it's Chuck. Someone who's on like every episode. So,
and who was supposed to win.
Hey man, it's the name of the game. And I don't know, those scores are so long behind. I don't know who voted less on you because we're all so fond of you. We're all so fond of you that like you were invited to be a main part of the podcast. So it's not like there's anyone who disliked you when it came to the voting process. It was honestly, there were probably just better sentences. I'm sorry.
I don't think I'm going to have any closure.
The closure should be that you at least got on the top 10 list because there's a plethora of guests that won't even make it to the top 10.
That is true.
A plethora, a myriad, if you will, a legion of guests that will not get on. So, it's how it is. So we got to vote. And how the voting process, we might change it up this season, depending on if Jimmy is here or not. But how it usually works is it's almost like an Excel spreadsheet that Jimmy set up because he's very good with that stuff, where we rate each of the categories from 0 to 5, 0, of course, being awful and 5 being the best. And those categories are what we said for the word of the day every time I mention it is like how funny it is, how creative the sentence is, and of course, if you use the word correctly. And some people in the past have argued that like, well, wouldn't the use of the word correctly only be either a score of 0 or 5? Like it couldn't be 1, 2, 3, or 4. Because how do you kind of use a word correctly? Well, you actually can. Because there have been words, remember, depending on the word the guest got, there have been words that you can use in multiple ways. That's why we give the definition of the word as well, because we only want you to use it in a specific way. So sometimes guests, they dabble on which way a word should be used, or they when what also goes in that category is when like they'll just say kind of the word in the sentence and it's like fine where it is, but they didn't really use it as part of the sentence. You know what I mean? It's mostly like if someone say my word was pencil and my sentence was like a pencil. Oh no, I guess that works. Anyway, I'm making a bad example. I can't think of a good example right now, but sometimes, yeah, they use the word in funky ways.
Yeah,
so,
they just misplaced it in the sentence or something.
Yeah, it's like a little misplaced. So they didn't use the right, tense of it or something.
Yeah,
so
totally understandable.
Yeah. So yes, that one can be a 0, 5, or anything in between as well. And what we also do, what also happens for the grading process is the 4 of us, or in the past just the 3 of us, but now Chuck's here. We get into a Zoom call like this. And we each are looking at the Excel spreadsheet. And we each have our own page on it. There's one for Stephanie, one for me, one for Jimmy, one for Chuck. And we go in order of how it went throughout the season. So we'll start with, I believe the first guest this season was Shooter the Investor. So we start with his word. I cut it out. We listen to just the sentence. And then we stop and we say, all right, everyone grade. And everyone grades. I usually wait till everyone's done and everyone's like, all right, we're done. We do not tell each other. We do not tell each other what we graded. We do not even look at any of that until we're all the way done. And then we look at the end. And then
It's
we can
always
look.
a surprise.
Oh, so I was wondering. Yeah, I was really
But-
wondering how did that work?
Yeah, it's honestly like it's always a fucking surprise. Like every time we submit it, we're like, oh shit. Like I was not expecting that.
Yeah, and
always a surprise.
And that's how things change. Because like every season, let me say this. Every season, the person who got number one, I did not think was going to get number one. I thought they were definitely going to be on the top 10 list. So I don't want to shit on, like, I know it's in the past, it's been DeBron's Kneecap and Shrew the Investor. So I'm not going to shit on them. They had great words and they deserved I would say even top three, but I was expecting other people to have made the top, the number one spot. And don't ask me who. I've forgotten at this point, but like I remember specifically, I'm like, oh wow, so this person wins, and that's just because we don't look, I don't try to edit anything. I don't try to put, no one tries to push, like there's no comments either. We try not to make any. The only thing we say is like, oh, can you play it again, or yes, let's move on. Like I don't try to say to Stephanie like, wasn't that funny, Stephanie? To try to like convince Stephanie to be like, all right, maybe I should rate that higher. None of that happens. It's very, it's very quiet. It's very democratic, and it's very opinionated.
Nobody knows nothing.
Nobody knows nothing. So like sometimes that's how it goes. Like sometimes someone says a sentence and I'm like, that was fucking funny. But then Stephanie, Stephanie might have a different sense of humor than me, and she might listen to it and she's like, that wasn't that fucking funny. Gives it a 1. I give it a 4. All of a sudden,
that has happened.
And it's happened. So all of a sudden, these votes are, all over the place. And we got to wait for the final score at the end to see who got number one. And we go in order and then we highlight it. And we're like, all right, this person definitely got the highest score. And we know who number one is first. And then we go through it and like, all right, who's second? We go all the way to 10. And sometimes there's ties. I think that's happened every season. Sometimes like there's like a tie for 8th place. So like both those people count. So sometimes we'll actually have more than 10 people on the season finale. So yeah, that's how. Chuck, I know this is you're going to be your first time, but do you have any more questions about that before I move on to other stuff we do for the season finale?
Actually, nah, man, that was pretty damn clear. And I'm kind of excited because now I don't know who's going to win. And it's like my sense of humor is all over the place.
Yeah.
Everything is fucking funny to me.
Yeah, I remember one of the I don't want to say who because I think I forgot his name too because I don't know if he's been back on since, but one of the people that got somewhat, I forget if it was last season or 2 seasons ago, one of the people that got on the top 10 list was rated high in the funny department, but like they did not use the word correctly at all, but it was just funny how they said the sentence. So they got enough points from that and probably the creativity that it was like, that was funny enough. And they like beat out some people. That's how it goes. They beat out some people who use the word perfectly in a sentence, but it was just not funny at all. So there's different ways. That's why we give these 3 different categories. There's different ways you can win. Now, if you do happen to on the spot produce a sentence that's, creative, funny, and uses the word correctly, that's usually how you get the number 1 spot. That's why it's always been like, Shrew the Investor. You remember his word last season, super creative. It went on for a while and he used one of the people, which was new. No one had done that before. He used Jimmy to help him with it. He used the word correctly and it was funny. It was a funny little, almost like a story he told with the sentence. It was more than 1 sentence. And then DeBron's Kneecap, he had, I think his got high in the funny, really, and it was creative and it was, he did use the word correctly.
It was,
but I remember it was his delivery that really, so he got high with the creative for that, and that delivery just made it more funny. Like he paused in certain areas that almost, like at the time, it was like he was just paused because he was stumped for just a second to think of the rest of the sentence, but it paused in the perfect spot that it was funnier. It worked out. Like, how
perfect.
It was almost like how stand-up comedians, like they know when to pause here. They know when to move their body like this. They know how to show more. Like, there's a lot of art to it. There's an art to this, believe it or not. It's not just we're rating words. That's why it's a random word. and that's why everyone has a fair shot at it. So it's one of the most interesting things we do on the show, really. And I'm very proud of it. I'm very proud of how it's evolved over the years too. So the word of the day is a big deal. So we have to do that anyway. That's one of the reasons it takes a little bit to produce the season finale. So what we usually do is we announce like on Instagram that, hey, we're grading these sentences, and we do it in a day. We don't stop. There's no halfway point. Like we all figure out, the 4 of us a day, to sit down and give us an hour. It doesn't take that long actually. But we sit down on a Zoom call and do it. We don't stop. It's not like we do half and like, all right, we'll come back next week, do the other half. No, do it all one fucking go, done. Look at it. All right, cool. We got our top 10 list. We get our top 10 list. We announce to the people that we have our top 10 list, and we announce the people that are on that top 10 list. We don't know. We don't say who's where, but we let everyone know, like, oh, Chuck made it on, fucking Trip Got Jimmy made it on, Ashley, O'Shea, all these people. We named them. They come on. Then we have to wait until we buy the trophy, which is very fun. We usually design that, buy the trophy, and I wait for it to come in. That way I can show everyone on the Zoom call, because I don't want to. The thing is, people have asked in the past, like, well, Murmur, why don't you just, when you buy it, send it to the person's house? I'm like, well, depending on like when we record the season finale, like I don't want it to get to them early before we even recorded, and they fucking know already that they won. That's no fun. So I always send it here, because sometimes, we set the recording date, because we try to get everyone on. We try to find a good time that works for everyone. So we usually do it a couple weeks in advance. Sometimes this goes into November. And we're like, is everyone available this day? We get everyone. And I have the trophy sitting here, like in my house for like 3 weeks, 2 weeks sometimes. And I'm just like looking at this trophy, and I'm like, all right. And then I show it on the Zoom call for whoever won first place. And then afterwards, I get, if we don't have their address already, I get their address and we send it to them.
Damn, I'm fucking excited.
Yeah, it's a big deal planning for the season finale. So that's why usually the Halloween is the
excited.
mark. It's the mark to like, all right, we got to stop having guests on. We got to stop having guests on so we could just finally rate all these fucking sentences. So yeah, it's a big deal. And I wouldn't say it's a lot of work, but it's, there's definitely work that's put into it. It's not something we take lightly. We are very, believe it or not, I know this is a comedy podcast, but we are a little serious about it. We, like we said, we mute each other when we're grading. We just listen to the word, and we're like, all right, did everyone rate? Does anyone want to hear it again? All right, cool. We're moving on. Move on. It's very, yeah. So that's how
I'm excited. I'm fucking excited.
Yeah. And Chuck, this is your first time grading it.
Yeah.
So we get a whole new perspective. So that's why I'm saying, like, we might have to change the Excel spreadsheet a little bit, depending on if Jimmy's here or not, or if we just have to make like a new sheet for Chuck. But obviously Chuck gets to grade as well, so that'll even change the dynamic of stuff other than just like the 3 of us. So that's just how it goes. Oh, I see a baby. I sees a baby.
Yeah, man. She just came in here. She took her pamper off and just walked in here, trying to hand me this damn thing. what the fuck, kid? I feel like she took it off and pissed on the floor somewhere. I hope she didn't. She hasn't done that to me. At least yet. Yeah.
I hope she didn't either. I see, Chuck, now that since you're like bending over changing your baby, I see that you've got your Chicago Bears sweatpants on.
Yeah, dog.
How
team in the league.
How are you feeling right now?
We got 2 bad teams playing against each other today. So
we got, what is it?
Right.
It's wait, I gotta look. I saw that thing earlier.
The Bears and the Broncos.
Bears and the Broncos, but then also there's Minnesota and Carolina Panthers.
Are they?
They're 0-3 as well. So Minnesota's 0-3, Panthers are 0-3, the Broncos are 0-3, and the Bears are 0-3. So it's like literally a game of like, people are making this joke, like they keep playing that skit from South Park where Cartman's shouting at the whole town that there's going to be a cripple fight for everyone to watch. Cripple fight!
Somebody's got to win, man.
Well, yeah, somebody's got watch it end in a tie. Watch all of them end in a tie.
Be fucking funny.
Somebody's
going to win.
Somebody's got to win. And let me tell you something. According to football, even 0-3 is just bad news to have. But according to football, if you go 0-4, it's over. Like you're done. The season's over.
It's over?
The season's fucking over. You go 0-4.
Damn.
You go 0-4. The season's fucking over, bro. Season is fucking over. What? You disagree with that? You watched a team come back from 0-4, get into the playoffs, and then win the fucking Super Bowl? I don't think so.
I got to look this up. Let me see.
I don't think so.
Let me see. Let's see.
I'm not even talking about. I know negative scores sometimes, like people who have started with a negative score have come back and gotten into the playoffs, but never. I don't think it's ever been 0-3 or God forbid 0-4. Like that's just come on, it's over. You better hope to God the Bears beat.
Who did? Only one team. Damn. All right.
Did they win the Super Bowl though?
The Chargers, the 1992 Chargers.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the only one team to start a season with 0-3. Oh, only one team won a playoff game starting a season 0-3. So we got a chance. One of these got a chance. And then
it's football, so there's always a chance. But I mean, that's dude, 0-3, and all they won was one playoff game, right? They didn't get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. No.
They didn't get to the Super Bowl. So like that's what I'm saying. Like if you're 0-3, it's already like this is bad news. Now if the Bears go 0-4, bro, I hate to tell you, but it's over. It's over. It's over.
That's gonna hurt my soul.
I
If
know.
the Bears lose today, I'm gonna change teams for the rest
They're
of the
playing
year.
today?
No. Today's not. Yeah, no. They're playing
Tomorrow.
And
Yeah,
I will
that's
not be watching that game because I'll be doing that DJ gig.
Yeah. So you'll be finding out that'll be funny if you find out they lose from looking at your phone while you're DJing. You start playing like sad songs. Like you start playing like fucking Melancholy Hill or fucking Hurt by Johnny Cash. Everyone's like, why is this guy playing all these sad songs all of a sudden?
Are you guys gonna watch the fight today? There's a fight.
Oh no, we were talking
Canelo?
about football.
Canelo fight?
Yep. No. Yeah. No. Wait. Yeah. Canelo and Charlo.
We might bootleg it.
Hmm.
I'm excited for that.
People always find an interesting way to illegally stream those things. I remember what was it? It was that big, it was the money fight. It was
Mayweather, right?
Mayweather and McGregor. I was in Las Vegas for that. Couldn't get in anywhere because all the places were too packed. They weren't letting anyone else in. You had to have reservations to try and watch the fight. I remember, first of all, that fight, me and my buddies, we were outside somewhere and we had to like look over the hedges at someone at an outside bar that had it on multiple TVs. And we were like bending over these hedges, like some like fucking kids out of a 1950s movie trying to watch a film like illegally. And like the bouncers kept coming by like, those hedges are like, and like run away. And it was just like, it was funny because it was like multiple people, like people you didn't even know, like a bunch of people. There's guys like, look, they're showing it from that window, the hotel room. We'd look in this person's like hotel room and they had turned the TV out their window. So people are like watching it from the streets, but they're all the way on like the 15th floor. So it's like, it almost looks like a phone is being held out. And we're like, oh, I think Mayweather just hit McGregor. Like, I don't know what's happening, but we're kind of seeing it. It was crazy. So people always find amazing ways to get that illegally. But I remember that fight specifically, this one guy later got in trouble, but he got away with it that day. He streamed the entire McGregor and Mayweather fight on Twitch, but he made it seem like, because he was in the corner, it made it seem like he was playing a video game because he was like, he had the controller out and he kept like doing this, but really he was just playing the fucking fight on Twitch.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
They copyright what you're watching. And so all you have to do is put a damn overlay on it a little bit.
I guess so. But I mean, I think he did get in trouble later on because he got caught, because usually it's like taken down right away. They have a bunch of like moderators out there looking on everything to try to fucking take it down. So yeah, it's very
I don't think
tough.
I could get that job because I'm not a good snitch.
Yeah, I don't even know how you get those kinds of jobs.
Yeah, I'm just not a good snitch at all.
Yeah,
I'm terrible.
it is
Terrible snitch.
That sounds like a tough job to have. It does.
I mean,
you know,
'cause
guys,
if I see something wrong and nobody's like getting hurt, so like you're like bootlegging a goddamn boxing fight where these dudes are making millions of dollars already.
Right.
Fuck it,
You
dog.
just took the words right out my mouth. Like these motherfuckers is
Fuck it,
already
dog.
making millions of dollars. Like sit
Fuck
your
it,
ass
dog.
down.
Clearly, someone
Greedy
who's
motherfucker.
who's not fortunate enough to actually pay for it is bootlegging it.
Right.
All right, so enjoy, kids. Bye.
Right.
I'll be Robin Hood. Good at being I'm good at being like the top dog, like whatever, being the boss. But I'm never good at being the middle guy because I never snitch on the little guy.
Yeah.
Never snitch on the little guy.
Yeah, I never snitch on the little guy. I'm not good at being the middle guy because I don't snitch on the little guy.
It's understandable.
I fucking suck at snitching.
No, you don't. It's fucking understandable. I wouldn't either. Like, listen, there's people doing way worse right now. Fucking hacking people's bank accounts and all of that shit. These people are just trying to watch a fucking fight that's gonna last like what, an hour and a half. Like, come on, man.
Oh my God, that's so true. I have real quick because I know we're on time here. I want to tell you guys something that happened to me the other day. So I have my bank account on the app. I don't want to say what bank I use. I feel like even that's too much information, but it has an app. It's one of the main banks. So I was just looking to look at my funds. I try to look every day, every other day at least, to make sure nothing suspicious is going on. And I go to my credit card, which I have a few payments. I'm actually, after I get paid today, I'm not going to have any more payments, but credit card builds up over the month. So I just happened to look at it, see what payments were happening, and I saw 2 payments that were pending on my credit card, both for OnlyFans, one for $20 and one for like $11.90, something like that.
Wow.
And I was like, I'm sitting there and I'm like, I don't have an OnlyFans account. I don't watch anyone on OnlyFans, nor have I ever paid for anyone on OnlyFans. But then I've had little fraud charges happen like that every once in a while. And it's not a big deal. You call them, you're like, hey, I didn't take this payment. They get it off there and they send you a new credit card. It's not a big deal. But what happened was I just felt a little concerned and a little embarrassed calling these people and telling them like, hey, I have 2 payments I didn't make to OnlyFans. I don't know. I felt a little weird doing that because I don't know. It's almost like embarrassing. Like they're like, oh, this guy, like he has an OnlyFans account. He's watching fucking girls on Instagram or on OnlyFans. I'm like, I don't have an OnlyFans, so I don't know what these payments are for. And of course, it was a girl operator who picked up. So I was like, God damn, I was hoping it was a guy. I was hoping it would be a dude so I could be like, hey, bro, listen, I don't have OnlyFans. Can you help me out? And he'd be like, yeah, we got you, bro. But no, it was some girl with this nice voice. And she's like, hello, sir. How can I help you today? And I was like, fuck. All right. Look, I got these.
Can't help me with shit.
Fuck. I was like, all right, look, this is a little embarrassing, but there's 2 payments on my credit card that say they're for OnlyFans. I don't have an OnlyFans account. I've never paid for OnlyFans. And I was more concerned. It wasn't like the money. I was like, oh my God, I need that money back, which of course they send you back. Well, it's a credit card, so they just don't take it out of the statement. But I was more concerned with like, if this is happening now, there could be more purchases. And I didn't want to get up to like, the hundreds of dollars or God forbid, even, people pay crazy amounts on OnlyFans. People pay thousands of dollars to see shit. So I don't want someone using my credit card paying $1,000 to look at a girl's fucking feet or something. So I had to fucking call them. But it was a little embarrassing. And I had to tell the lady, I'm like, this is a new one. I tried to joke around and she was just like all serious. She was like, all right, sir. Yes, we will look into this matter and we will cancel your credit card and send you a new one. I was like, come on, can't you joke around with me a little bit, make me feel better about this?
That
Why
would
you gotta
be
be
funny.
so fucking dry?
No, man. I think she wanted to help you out. You don't have any friends that have one that you're just like supporting? I mean, because I've done that. I've never like looked. Yeah,
no, because I've never
because I'm down for the cause. Like I get it.
I've never. The only person I knew that had one was you, Stephanie. Do you still have one?
I think it's still not, but I don't do anything.
She stopped charging me. I don't see because I don't see the charges no more. So I guess I don't think you do.
Yeah, I never made an OnlyFans.
I mean, I wouldn't
account.
know. I don't. I've never. No, it's not even that's not really one you make. It's off your Twitter. And then like I just did it because my friend has one. So sure, dog. There you go.
Yeah, I never. So Stephanie, I'm sorry, I never paid for your OnlyFans because I didn't even have like an account or anything. But
oh, that's fine.
Yeah, so I never, no, there's no friends out there that I know that I was just supporting. So other than Stephanie, but again, I feel like, and now I feel like I'm a bad friend because I never supported it. But no, it wasn't for fucking Stephanie.
You
Stephanie,
fucking suck, Murm.
did you get randomly $30 yesterday?
Who?
You.
No.
Yeah. So see, it wasn't even Stephanie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish it was, man. I wish we could help to the cause, man. It would help, because no one wakes up and go, I'm a fucking have an OnlyFans, and this is what they want to fucking do with their life. I think people started OnlyFans just with the hopes of one day not having to do OnlyFans.
Well, that's the American dream, I guess, is you think you can stop, but no matter how hard you try to get out, they pull you right back in. Hate to quote Al Pacino.
The game misses you, dog.
Got to come back in. But anyway, yeah, sorry, I wanted to say that last little story, but unfortunately, we are at that sad time of the podcast where we got to go around the computer screen and give our last minute plugs and wrap this shit up. All right, it's time to go. It's time to go. So starting with Stephanie, my sister from the East, you got any last minute plugs for the listeners?
No, I don't have any last minute plugs, but shout out to my Lukey baby. I love you.
Yeah.
Sleep in peace, my baby. I fucking love you so much. Shout out to you guys for just being fucking awesome. Shout out to our listeners for just being amazing and just supporting us throughout this entire time. And I think it's like fucking Hispanic Heritage Month or some shit like that. And if it is, wepa. So all of us Spanish people and Latin and all this like X, Y, and Z shit from them. And yeah, that's pretty much it from your Puerto Rican mamacita.
How do you feel about that right away? Not to get into a deep conversation, but how do you feel being categorized as Latinx now?
Oh, I'm not no motherfucking Latinx. I don't got time for that bullshit. I really listen.
But you're Latina. Isn't that the same goddamn thing as Latin?
Yeah, but Latin, that's different because their language, the Spanish language, and a lot of the Latin languages, like Italian as well, Portuguese, they use female and male versions of words. So that's just how the language has been for forever. So like it's weird that all of a sudden, and it's really just an American thing. I don't think when you go over to fucking Spain or into Mexico or even Puerto Rico and say like, hey, so you're Latinx, I don't think they're like, oh yeah, that's totally cool. I'm totally down with that. It's like, no, fucking not. So
yeah, no.
I know a lot of your people, I should say, Stephanie. I don't want to speak on behalf of your people, but I wanted to see, since you are, of course, we say you are the Puerto Rican mamacita. I wanted to see how you felt as being categorized as Latinx now.
No, fuck that.
All right, fantastic. Well, you heard her here. And of course, to our in-studio comedian Chuck, you got any last minute plugs for listeners?
Hey man, continue. Goddamn, seeing very sad man. But anyway, hey, I'm officially a DJ. I need a fucking name. I'll be DJ trade rep tomorrow at a damn Catholic school.
Yeah, don't do that.
That's gonna be interesting. But no, I mean, during October when I volunteer, I'll DJ Scream, dress up in a Scream hat costume, and I do it for the kids. And now I'm gonna do it at some weddings. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna see. Let's just see how far we can take this thing. Let's just see. Let's make this a project. An off the great morning season type of project. Something for me to do when I'm missing you.
Ooh, nice rhyme.
Oh, you rhyming and shit?
Rhyming.
You know what I mean? See, I'm already started, baby. I've been doing this DJ thing as a little volunteer and just kicking it. So shout out to me and shout out to y'all. And let's do this goddamn DJ thing. Let's see what happens. Let's just see.
Yeah.
DJ Chuck in the motherfucking building.
Hey, yo, maybe can that be the name? Can Chuck and Chuck be the name?
Chuck and Chuck.
Yeah. I don't know, but I like it.
I like it too. Let's see how that voice sounds. Let's do it. DJ Chuck and Chuck. Is that how all the DJs, don't they have that one guy that does the voices?
You got DJ Chuck and Chuck.
Yeah, I'm with it. All right. Well, let's see. So everybody, I don't know. Give me some tips. If any DJs out there, you got some, send that message to goddamn Topaz Ken on Instagram and or Chubbs Way on Snapchat. And then follow me at Chubbs Way on everything else. That's Peloton. That's motherfucking everything else. You'll find it. Just Google it. You'll find it. I promise.
Fantastic. Love
Shit.
love to hear it. Love to hear it. I'm excited for you, my friend.
Let's
Yeah,
start this journey.
My last minute plugs are, of course, you can follow Great Morning _ the podcast on Instagram. You can follow You Love Steph. You can follow Topaz Ken. You can follow Slightly Special with 2 L's on Instagram. You can follow Trip God Jimmy. That's TRYPGODJIMI on Instagram. You can shop for your merchandise at shopgreatmorning.com. Again, that is shopgreatmorning.com. Remember to give us a 5-star rating and a comment, or thumbs up, whatever, on whatever podcast app you listen to us on as well. That really helps us out. We really appreciate that, and we'd like to look at the comments, so leave us a comment as well. And feel free to DM us on Instagram, email us at greatmorningpodcast at gmail.com. You can contact us that way. And and then be on the lookout. October 31st on Halloween, our Great Morning Halloween Spectacular Part 5 will drop on that day. We're really excited to record for that. And then, believe it or not, like we said earlier in this episode, not soon after that, we got the season finale. All right, the season's almost over. So, stay tuned for a lot of the big stuff coming up. We're just, we're pushing through October with the special, and then to the season finale we come. So, we hope you all enjoy that when it comes out. And, do yourself a favor, start going back to older episodes of this season and start listening to some of the guests' word of the day sentences, and yourself try to think who might make it to the first place spot, or who at least might make it to the top 10 list. Go ahead and do that. But yeah, that's it. That's all we have for you today. That was our episode. Great morning.
Great motherfucking morning.
Great morning.
Great morning.
Great morning.
Great morning. Great morning.